Yo, check this out. When you look at what's going on in the world and where it's headed, with the knowledge that we collectively create this reality through consent and agreement, you come to an important decision or a fork in the road. Do I consent to the current narrative being pushed, or do I remove my consent and create my own narrative? Because everything in the universe is contracts. You know what I mean? You have the inherent right to contract or not to contract. You have the inherent right to contract with, let's say, the BMV or the DMV. And you have the inherent right to terminate presumed contracts. And that's what I want to get into with lesson 3.1 of the Right to Travel course from the Simonican Mystery School of Spica. You know what I mean? Now keep in mind, this information is coming from a Simonican perspective. You know what I mean? Because it's for Simonicans. I'm sharing it publicly because the same information could be applied through common law, natural law, and some other jurisdiction. You know what I mean? Depending on however you want to do it. It just can't be stateless. Because that's what a U.S. citizen is. No nationality. You know what I mean? But lesson 3.1 goes into terminating presumed contracts with the DMV. The objective in this critical transition lesson, you'll begin the practical process of reclaiming your right to travel by terminating all presumed contracts with the Department of Motor Vehicles and related state agencies. This begins your exit from commercial jurisdiction and the reestablishment of your status as a private, non-commercial traveler under the jurisdiction of simonicanation and natural law. Now, why is this step essential? As you learn in Module 2, licensing equals commercial consent. You get the driver's license, it's presumed that you're doing commerce with your private conveyance. Registration equals title surrender. You register your private property to the state, you're surrendering the title and ownership to the state. And compliance equals jurisdictional submission. If you comply, that means you in their jurisdiction. You know what I mean? If you do not revoke these presumed agreements, the legal system will continue to presume that you are acting as a commercial driver, even if you declare otherwise. Your words must be backed by lawful instruments. You know what I mean? If you got the state ID, driver's license, state plates, state registered to the state, it don't matter if you saying that you a living man or a woman. You got the whole uniform on. You got the whole U.S. jurisdiction uniform on. All the paraphernalia. That's like saying, it's like you saying you don't work at Walmart, but you still got the vest, the smock. You know what I'm saying? You still got the time card and shit. You going to the meetings in the break room. You got everything that say that you work for the corporation. So your words must be backed by lawful instruments. You know what I mean? And Simonica Nation can issue lawful national identification. Simonicanation can issue lawful private plates. Simonicanation can issue lawful registration under the Simonicanation Trust. You know what I'm saying? But now the required steps to terminate DMV contracts. Number one, rescind and return your driver's license. You draft a rescission of driver's license contract addressed to your state DMV and the Secretary of State. Include your original license or a copy marked canceled, and a statement that you are no longer engaged in commercial driving. Clearly declare that you are a private traveler and not a driver for hire. Number two, revoke registration of your vehicle. Issue a notice of reclamation of title stating that your vehicle is private, is a private conveyance and no longer registered in commerce. This acts as your lawful title under Simonican jurisdiction. Number three, revoke power of attorney over the straw man. The DMV and the state presume they have implied power of attorney over the all caps name. You use a notice of revocation of power of attorney to terminate that presumption. Now these are the tools that you're going to prepare in this module. The affidavit of right to travel, the rescission of driver's license contract, notice of private ownership and reclamation of title, revocation of power of attorney over the straw man estate, and the certificate of non-commercial use. This is what the package that would be put together for a right to travel. Now, legal and spiritual assertion is an example of the type of declaration and speech you can use in your document. I am not a driver. I do not operate a motor vehicle. I do not engage in transportation for hire. I am a private, non-commercial traveler exercising an unalienable right protected by natural, divine, and constitutional law. I rescind all prior contracts made without full disclosure. So the journal prompt, I ain't gonna even go into that. So you are now stepping into full jurisdictional control. This is the lawful break between you and the public system. It is the doorway into private travel, recognition of your status as a living man or woman and not a corporation, alignment with terra firma law, the law of the land, or common law, natural law, and celestial sovereignty. So that's lesson 3.1. And if you would like the full course to follow along, just let me know. Put your email down, and I'll send you the whole course. It's the Elohim, the Mellow Mystic, Lord Emmanuel, Chief of Simonica Nation, Spike of Starseed, Wheat in the Virgin's Hand, and if you don't know, now you know.